guys, this is just a few laps that I've done from a race earlier at Monaco in the old GT1 cars. Yeah, I've been literally driving different combinations of cars and tracks in Automobilista over the last, I don't know, the last month at least. The last two updates from Automobilista 2 have literally been game changers in my opinion. The force feedback has gotten way more detailed, and it's not overdone the way I kind of think it might be in R Factor 2, the way, you know, the steering wheel is bouncing around consistently when you're going through corners, often to the point where you feel more road interaction with the tyre than you do actual cornering forces, and you know, that just to me seems a bit odd. For sure on older wheelbases it can add to the experience, right? And I even run a DD2, so yeah, it can add to the experience as well. But you know, you contrast that then with a of course a Competizione where they model pretty much the front axle, so you get a lot of detail, and you know, arguably that's a bit better because you know what the car's going to do when it does it. With Automobilista 2, it's kind of a nice middle ground, right? You get more of the aliveness, for want of a better word, compared to ACC. ACC can feel a bit dull sometimes, but it does give you a lot of information, right? You know, you get the important information in ACC off the front axle. What I find Automobilista does well, you get that information, but you also get more feel of what the tyre's actually doing. You can still feel the weight shift, and what I really like about it is that when you're coming out of corners, let's say with a bit too much throttle, yes, it will skip and slide. You don't get eaten alive by the TC the way ACC will do it, which, you know, let's be honest, is accurate. They're heavy GT3 cars, and yet stepping on the TC will damage your exit if you've been a bit messy, let's say, on the exit. What I like about these is you get a bit messy on the exit, and whether the TC is set really low or off in some cars, you can catch the slide, right? It will still cost you time. This is the thing, it's still going to hurt your exit, it's still going to eat into your lap time, but what I find is actually quite good with it is that you're able to actually experience driving the car the way the car can be driven, right? So you're able to actually catch the slide, you're able to control a little bit on throttle, a bit of counter steer does work, and it adds to the experience. So yeah, you're still punished for a lap time, but you're able to actually enjoy, you know, driving the car. What else have I done in AMS2? I've downloaded a lot of custom liveries, so these are a lot of, you know, GT1 liveries from back in the day. I've downloaded some, you know, driver file detail from, you know, it's all on RD, like, you know, but it's just little changes to make the game a bit more enjoyable, really. Like here we have like Bernd Schneider. I know we've got Alain McNish, who's floating around down near the back, so he's in that Porsche GT1. So yeah, you had, like, you know, back in the day, Alain McNish, Bernd Schneider, Mark Webber, Yellow. Like you've got all of the driver roster there that, you know, can be downloaded and stuff like that. So it does add to the experience. And that's a cool thing. Like a lot of people default to Assetto Corsa 1 for driving stuff, let's just say, right? So for a lot of people, you know, if you're into iRacing or ACC, typically it'll be GT3 cars, maybe GT4, a couple of open wheelers, and maybe oval racing, right? And then for everything else, Assetto Corsa 1 was the default, because, you know, you could literally download a track of your choice, a car of your choice, whatever you wanted to do, and often that would, you know, that would be enough. But now you've got a situation where the guys at Risa Studios and Automobilista 2 have come on such a long way in what they've done, you know, particularly with the physics, but also the car modelling. The sounds in particular on these things are absolutely stunning, is the only word to describe it. The engine sounds, the exhaust note, the pops, the bangs. I think AMS2 is by far #1 for game sound at the moment, and you know, and I'm an ACC I'm an ACC guy. You know, it's my main simulator. I use it for online competition mainly, like I'm in leagues and stuff like that. But like I say, the league I'm in, you know, in a couple of weeks we're starting up a Automobilista 2 league, purely because the guys at Automobilista, or well, Automobilista as a simulator, is getting more recognised. It's getting more recognised by everybody, for all the right reasons. It is in that kind of game-changing territory. Look at this, actually, this is cool. Ooh. This is on board with Ludwig. I mean, just looking at the detail of the car interiors and stuff like that, you know. When you go trackside, and you know, the graphics are brilliant. The interior modelling of the car is great. The exterior is great as well. Yeah, they're just coming really with the total package. They are really just coming with the total package, I think. Yeah, so I can see Automobilista 2 getting more kind of traction over the coming weeks, over the coming months even, and rightly so. It's just, you know, the last couple of updates have been really that good. The physics model and stuff like that, it's like driving a totally different car, and they've come on hugely, in my opinion, in the force feedback. I think the default force feedback settings are, oh, they're really good. And I'm on a DD2 wheelbase. I know there's custom profiles out there. You know, some guys might want a bit more seat of the pants feel, a bit more rear feeling and stuff like that. I think for me the default is very, very good at the moment. So yeah, like, I mean, make what you will of that. But yeah, anyone thinking about picking up Automobilista 2, or you know, you may have heard, oh, it's like Project Cars 2 and stuff like that. It's nothing like Project Cars 2. I can guarantee you that. Maybe the only thing it shares is the original code base, I'm sure, or the engine, perhaps the Madness engine. But yeah, everything else is totally different. Totally different. It's like a, yeah, you can't compare them. You really can't. So yeah, and here is me actually on board in this race as well. So I took the Porsche 911 GT1. Look at the detail, in fact. Like, you know, you've got all the fuse, you know, the spare fuses on the dash and stuff like that. The rear detail there, like looks like a central suspension spring in the center. It's just really good, like, really good. Yeah, anyway, we leave it there, guys. But yeah, seriously, pick up, you know, Automobilista 2. Like, I think this weekend, in fact, I heard it was on sale on Steam. Can't quite remember, but I'm sure I read it. Yeah, I'm sure I read it somewhere. But I really think this is going to be like the next. I think this will be the next, like, big kind of sim over the next couple of months. It's getting more and more noticed by the typical ACC guys. Like I say, not just me, but other guys that play ACC and guys I would play ACC with are starting to drive more and more in Automobilista 2. And from a driving experience, like, I have not heard any bad words, and I don't have any bad words at this point in time for the driving experience of the actual the physics side of things. Yes, they can do a few bits, like, you know, online. They're going to have to sort out this driver swap thing. They're going to have to do a bit more with the offline, like, championships, and, you know, allow people, I think, to do a mid-race save, because ultimately some of their stuff models the Brazilian Endurance Series. You cannot save a race mid-race, and you want to do like a couple of hours. You know, some of us have families, kids and stuff. Like, I couldn't sit, you know, 3 hours in front of a PC to do an offline championship, and but I would like to do an offline championship and be able to save mid-race and come back to it and stuff like that. That for me, I mean, I would literally be firing this thing up, every other day if they implemented that mid-race saving for offline. And I don't even care about the AI, like I would tweak the AI per track if I had to, but the ability to save mid-race, I would do an endurance series, even an endurance GT1 championship, 50 to 60, whatever amount of laps the race is. Yeah, I mean, other sims do it, or Factor, you can save a snip from the replay and essentially rejoin there. ACC have the mid-race saves as well. The F1 games have the mid-race saves, as we know. So yeah, if Risa implement that, I think that will be a game changer to add to the already amount of game-changing stuff they're doing over the last couple of months. So yeah, here's to the next few months, guys. And yeah, like I say, give AMS2 a spin if you haven't. I think, give it a spin. Give it a couple of days, or give it a couple of hours even, just to, alter your mind. But if you're into old cars and actually good car modelling and stuff like that, such as the old kart Indy cars from the late 90s, they've got a few F1 replica models in there from actually all different eras, and they're really well done. Here's the GT1, they've got GT3 and 4 in there, but to be honest, I haven't looked at that too much because ACC is my GT3 kind of go-to. I don't think anything's going to change that, to be honest. But for other stuff, this is incredible, and I guarantee, like, if you appreciate those old cars and stuff like this, I really think that you should probably go ahead and pick this up and give it a go. I think you'll be surprised as to how much fun and what the driving experience will be. And for car choice, they go across a wide range of motorsports, but you're not flooded with car choice to the point that there's almost too much choice that you're not going to get. If guys want to do the same thing, they've got a bit of prototype racing in here. They've got Caterhams and stuff like that. So they've got cars and they've got models that are actually really nice to race as well. Yeah, so look, leave it there, guys. I don't want to go on, risk repeating the message, but yeah, look, if you've been looking elsewhere for a sim and you don't have this, definitely pick it up. Or maybe if you have bought this and it's been sitting in the Steam library gathering dust, as mine had been, now is the time to actually go back and hit the ignition and start and give these things a drive and give this sim a drive. I think you'll be surprised. Anyway, leave it there, guys, and thanks as always for watching.